Good morning one and all. Myself Bhavani from Civil Department. Today I am going to give the lecture on environmental hazard, that is soil erosion and its types. Means this soil erosion is one of the main environmental hazard we are facing. And coming to its definition, firstly what is meant by this soil erosion? It is nothing but the natural process which can be caused naturally by the wind or by the water also. And what it means by this natural process, by the wind and water, top soil of any type of field or any type of land will get washed out because of this wind and also the water. Okay, you can see this definition, that is a natural process in which the top soil of the field is carried away by the physical sources such as wind and also the water. Means nothing but in this soil erosion what will happen means, if some wind and water is because of this physical sources, wind and water, this top layer or upper layer of the water soil can be easily washed out. Okay, that is called as the soil erosion. And this natural process can be caused due to the dynamic activity of some erosive agents, that is water, ice, snow, air and also the plants also. Other than this wind and water also, these are the sources which can cause the soil erosion. Next is, you can see this one of the picture I got, that is a soil erosion. Means obviously our land will be like this. Okay, if continuous if this is your ground level, means continuously wind is going to occur or some disasters happen, means we can say some tsunamis or tufans like that one, means what they will do sometimes because of that water also, overall that land can be washed out easily. Okay, that also causes sometimes this soil erosion. And also due to the wind or ice, snow, because of this natural sources also, this soil erosion can be started. And here this soil is one of the top layer of the earth surface. Why? Because the top layer will be full of that dirty materials, like it may be rock or it may be of some greenery, or it may be of very small insects like earthworms and caterpillars like that one. Why? Because that overall these insects, earthworms, they will live in that on the top layer of the soil only. But when these overall natural sources they occurred very heavily, means the top layer of the soil get just washed out. Okay, and next is, for inert plants, this soil can be served as the storehouse of the water. Why? Because these below the earth surface, overall it will be soil only. If on that top layer of the soil plants are going to be grow, but when we watered that crops or we watered that plants, means that soil will be having that much strength to give rise to for the growth of these plants or trees also. And in this soil only, there will be numerous types of minerals which can be needed for the growth also. And sometimes it also provided the shelter to so many animals that will live on the land and under the land also. Without this soil, there will be no grass, no crops and no food, no trees for us. And also some animals also can't live on that when this topsoil is eroded. So this topsoil will be having so much organic matter like a grass, vegetation like that one. And also this topsoil will be fertile soil, and also this soil life can be relocated. Okay. Why? Because when the soil erosion occurred, means that sand or water, what they will do, they will just take out that soil and they will just push that soil from one place to another. Okay, they will just carry out that soil particles, whether it may be on site or off site also. Okay, And next one is because of this soil erosion, means if that soil erosion is happening continuously, means that will lose its crop productivity, and also that contributes to the sometimes pollution of water courses and also wetlands and also lakes here. Okay. And what are the main types of this soil erosion or water erosion? And in this water erosion, mainly it is caused due to the impact of the soil that can be seen on the soil surface. It is one of the main cause of soil erosion. And mainly in this water erosion, we are having numerous type like gully erosion and sheet erosion. These are all the different types we will be having. Means these in this erosion, what it will be do means water is one of the natural sources. Okay, due to this water, when this water is continuously coming from some part. Okay, some part means that water is flowing towards the downstream. Means when it is flowing towards the downstream from one place to another, that some part of the soil it's going to lose its topsoil. Okay. And mainly what are the different types of water erosion here means splash erosion. And in this splash erosion, when it will started means when any raindrops will hit the soil surface, it having the enough force to to dislodge this soil particles, means that soil particles will get released when this only raindrops are going to fall on the soil also. Means initially it will be just erosion, and again it can lead to the more severe forms also. Means if you are not going to check this soil, means it can be attacked continuously with this raindrops. Here you can see, if any raindrop is going to fall on our soil, this is all the soil. When raindrop will fall on our body, means like that it will going to happen. Means when it fallen, overall our soil will jump like this. Okay. And in this in this water only, our soil is going to flow towards from that natural place, that birth place to another place. That is nothing but the splash erosion. And here, if this splash raindrops when they fall on the soil surface, means like that it will going to happen. Means here, when drops fallen on this soil, means it will just go through like this one. Okay. And next one is sheet erosion. And this sheet erosion is nothing but the removal of the very thin layer of the soil, which may be of the very large area because of this surface runoff. If the surface runoff is there, means automatically that soil top layer is going to be easily removed because of the very large area. Mainly we can't see that immediately. Okay, it can be unnoticed sometimes. Why? Because after losing of this topsoil soil only, we come to know this sheet erosion is happening. Means what it will do means here you can see some lines. These lines are called as the sheet erosion. Means very thin erosion is going to be happen on the top layer. Next one is rill erosion. And in this rill erosion, when it is going to be happen means because of the small channels like ponds or some rills. Rills are nothing but small ponds like that. Okay, very narrow surface of the water flow also sometimes. Okay, this when these rills or small channels like ponds, some very small rivers also, this can form the soil surface as the water runoff. This will what it will do, this water runoff is going to be concentrated on the very specific path only. Means water, if this is your land, if here water is there, means when they are going through this type of means downstream they are going to flow. Okay, when they are going towards that downstream, there will be so much soil surfaces they are going to meet at that time. Means when that type of water runoff is going on, means like this, you can see this picture. Means this is one of the agricultural field I took here. Means this is the soil, overall soil. Means when the water runoff is continuously flowing through these areas means this rill erosion can be happen. Mainly when this rill erosion happen means it can grow the deeper and wider over time. Means within some time only this erosion can be happen. And next one is gully erosion. And in this gully erosion, this is one of the main severe form of this rill erosion. Means in rill erosion, what will happen? Very small channels that will pass towards this soil surface. Okay, but here in this gully erosion, this is one of the updated version of the rill erosion, where there are very large channels, which may be because of these large channels, overall that soil surface may become larger and sometimes deeper also. Means this maybe we can take this making of the land unstable for or unusable for the agriculture also. Why? Because you can see this vegetation like that one. Okay, when water is going through this type of narrow surface, some area means that is called as the gully erosion. Means in rill erosion, that flowing of the water can be very narrow. Okay, and in this gully erosion, that flow of the water will be very much high when compared with this rill erosion. Okay, and this is gully erosion, this is rill erosion. You can see the difference how this very narrow surface is flowing of that water is in very narrow surface, and in this gully surface, this overall area flowing of this water is very much high. And next one is wind erosion, and in this wind erosion, this can be caused due to the dry arid areas and also the semi-arid areas where the soil can be loose and it cannot be protected by this vegetation also. And why this erosion can be happened in that areas means because of saltation. And here in this saltation, why this happening means when very small particles, when very small soil particles, because of this natural sources like wind is going to happen means this wind is going to lift that wind and then fall back to the ground, means bouncing along the surface and also the dislodging that particles sometimes. That is called as the saltation here. Next one is creep, and in this creep, what will happen means here very large soil particles are going to be lifted and they once again roll or slide because of this wind forces or water forces also. That is called as the creep here. Means this creep can be happen immediately in case of this wind erosion. Why? Because of the very large and very fast growing of this wind also, this wind erosion can be happen. Means that wind, if that wind is very much fast enough to just rotate like this, here you can, means here this wind erosion happen means overall that soil will become like small holes like on the soil surface we can see. Okay, that is called as the creep here. And next one is suspension. When these because of the natural sources, these soil particles can be lifted and they can be carried out easily to one place to another. Means that will also lead to the dust storms and there will be loss of the valuable topsoil. Means some of the topsoils may be having the very important minerals that can be easily grown or used for the agricultural purpose. So we have to be very careful to not that soil cannot be eroded because of this wind erosion. If this wind erosion, the soil can be become like this. Okay. And next one is gravity erosion. And in this gravity erosion, it is also known as the mass wasting, and it involves the overall downward movement of this soil and also the rock in case of the under the influence of the gravity here. And because of this gravity also, what we can face means firstly landslides, and in this landslides there will be very rapid and also the sudden movement of the soil and also the rock can be happen. Means very large amount of this soil and also the rocks can be rolled out immediately because of the gravitation. Okay. Why that gravitation can be occurred at that time only means it can be triggered because of this heavy rainfall or because of the disasters like earthquakes. Okay. And again, human activities like mining and deforestation also can be happen. When these landslides occur means overall that part of the soil can be neatly washed out at that time. Okay. Next one is creep, and this is one of the process that is it will be very slow and gradual movement of the soil surface towards the slope can be happened here, and here we have to take the they will means within the fraction of only some time, means in some hours only, overall that soil can be changed its overall form at that time, means we can see the top soil is changed immediately at this time. And next one is mud flows. If there are very heavy amount of, means rapid flow of this saturated soils and debris flow also, it can also cause this gravity erosion. It can also occurring due to the heavy rains and also the snow melt sometimes. And next one is slumping. Here slumping is nothing but the when any land can be moved towards the slope, means as a single unit it can be moved. That can be means when that one stone is moving towards the slope, means that can be leave a very curved star on this landscape, means you can see here, means when this erosion is happened, means in this erosion, this on the slopes it can be seen. Okay, that is called as the gravity erosion. Next one is glacial erosion, and in this one it can be caused due to the glaciers, where the movement of this ice over the land can be seen. Because of the movement of this ice only, we can see the removal and transportation of that soil and also the rock here. Means it also includes the plucking and also the abrasion here. Here plucking nothing but when any glacier, means very large means very large boulder of this ice is going to move its place, means it can be frozen onto the underlying rock, means there will be pulling the chunks of that rock and also the soil, which can be means as it can be advances. Okay, that is also one of the cause of this glacial erosion. And next one is abrasion, means here when there will be movement of these glaciers, there will be means grinds and all. This movement of these glaciers only, it can grinds and also polishes the surface beneath that one, and also it can wear out the overall soil and also the rock there. And next one is that is, it is one of the picture of glacial erosion. Why? Because we can say means these ice can be flow towards some large area. This at this time only, if soil or rock it may meet, means it can be eroded easily. Next one is human induced erosion, and in this human induced erosion, it is nothing but the natural erosion process. It can why? Because from this natural erosion process only, these human can accelerate this type of natural erosions. It can lead towards the severe land degradation here. Why? Because first one, because that is deforestation, means when we are removing the trees or the vegetation, that will just expose the soil towards the element. At that time what will happen means it can also susceptible towards this erosion because of the sources like wind and also the water. This deforestation is always one of the greatest cause of the climate changing in the climatic condition. And next one is overgrazing. Overgrazing means when we just leave the livestock to eat that vegetation also, that also leads to the erosion. Okay. And next one is agricultural practices. Here we are going to just use some farming techniques like over-tilling and also monoculture. This also can lead towards this damage towards the soil structure and also towards the increase in erosion here. So by ourselves also we are doing so much damage towards the atmosphere, and that also we have to mitigate by ourselves only. Next one is urbanization and construction. Here when we are going to develop the land and also the development of the urban areas, at that time we are going to disturb the soil. That also increases the erosion here. Next one is coastal erosion. And in this one, coastal erosion, this erosion can be happened on the coastal region of the means water bodies. Okay, this can be caused due to the waves and also the tides or for the currents on the shoreline. Okay, first one, that is wave erosion, means in some we can say that like sea, oceans, we may be having waves coming and going on. At that time when these waves, they will come against this shore also, that overall soil is going to be just wherever that overall that coastal cliff, means whereas in the beaches or dunes also, that will lead towards the loss of that land, means that loss of the soil erosion, means that water, what they will do, it will come in the form of waves and that will hit the coastal surface and they will just wash out that coastal surface immediately. And next one is tidal erosion. And in this tidal erosion, there will be very much rise and fall of this tides. They can easily erode the shorelines, and especially in the areas where the tidal range is very significant. Okay. And next one is long shore drift. And here what it will happen means when there is a movement along this coastal line also, by this wave action, means very large wave they hit the coastal line, means this overall that land can be erode one part of the shore while depositing another material at that shore. Okay, that is also called as the longshore drift here. And this is one of the picture, means because of this waves also, overall this coastal region got damaged. This is the damaged area. Okay, these are the references books. Thank you everyone.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.